Hey guys, it's Scottie from Smoloko. I just wanted to make a little video here and present for you an audio recording of me calling the Clyde Lewis radio program from 2 nights ago. Clyde Lewis is a radio personality who hosts a radio show related to the Illuminati and conspiracy-related topics. He had Mark Dice on as a guest the other night, and the topic for that night was how the Illuminati and the corporate globalist media have infiltrated and control mainstream entertainment and the music industry, Hollywood, you name it. Now, I wanted to call in and give them my 2 cents, and I brought up the fact that Rothschild Zionism, the Rothschilds, are the ones solely behind all this, the central bankers who have a monopoly on our credit creation. Therefore, they need to demoralize and distract everybody in this country with filth and garbage, so we don't, think about what's important for our country and ourselves. And that's what I wanted to say. And I also wanted to call in just to tell Clyde Lewis what I honestly thought about him. I called him a Zionist hack, and he got really upset with me and called me an anti-Semite. Now, let me point this out. I'm not an anti-Semite. There are 2 kinds of Jewish people in this world: the ones that follow the law and teachings of Moses still, and then the ones that have fallen victim to the Rothschild hijacked modern-day Judaism. Modern-day Judaism has been hijacked by the Rothschild Zionist banking cartel. As crazy as that sounds, I know it sounds crazy, but after doing as much research into this as I have, that's the conclusion I've come up to. I am not a racial anti-Semite. I don't condemn individuals because of an accident of birth, being born a Jew. I have many Jewish friends. I know many Jewish people. They're great people. But many Jews are Rothschild toadies. If you say one thing about Zionism or any criticism of Israeli policy, or, the fact that many Zionist Jews are infiltrated in Hollywood and the entertainment industry, you're just labeled an anti-Semite. And the Rothschilds and the Zionist Jew central bankers, they use anti-Semitism as a shield and a bubble to protect themselves from any criticism whatsoever. Remember that. And just please remember that I'm not an anti-Semite, and I'll let you listen to the video and judge for yourself what you think. But I wanted to point out one more thing. Clyde Lewis said to me, Scott, I'm paraphrasing. He said, Scott, we can spend 5 hours talking about the Rothschilds and Zionism. What's that going to do? Or we can spend 5 hours on this. Why? Why even spend all this time on? But he spends almost 2 full hours talking about little celebrities who, in the scheme of things, are just minions, being used as whores to go on stage, shake their titties and ass to distract young boys and girls into thinking about sex and materialism, while the Jewish Zionist central bankers laugh at us and print our money and call the shots. I want to educate people on finance and the economy and how we can truly stop them. I don't want to spend 2 hours talking about like Beyonce and Jay-Z. Yeah, they're whores. They're whores for the Illuminati. But they're not the major players. They're just little minions distracting us. And that's why they're wealthy, because they play the game and they obey the rules and they don't speak out about anything. What else is there to say about these people? They're just whores. That's all they are. Let's focus on the Zionist Jew Rothschild central bankers, who ultimately are the leading contributor behind the Illuminati, who control our credit. Therefore, they call the shots and can buy off anybody they want and do anything they want because they own the money. They control our money. We take away their money, their monopoly on our money. They're dead. They're done. Andrew Jackson did it. John F. Kennedy tried doing it. They shot him in the head. President Garfield tried doing it. They killed him. Abraham Lincoln did it during the Civil War and issued greenbacks instead of going to the Rothschild Zionist Jew bankers to finance his civil war against the South. He gets a shot from Rothschild agent John Wilkes Booth. There has been many presidents that have tried fighting this force, and they have ultimately ended up dead. Let's rise up to the fact that if anything is going to change in America or the world, we have to take away the central bankers' monopoly on our credit creation. All right, guys. God bless.
You're on Ground Zero with Mark Dice. Go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Lewis. Thanks for accepting my call. I just want to get straight to the point. I won't take much time. The ultimate aim of the Illuminati-sponsored media is to divorce us from God and to enslave us to our sexual and material lust and to arrest our development. Now, Clyde, every time I turn on television, Clyde, it's all sex, it's all violence, and it's all demoralizing. There's nothing uplifting. If you notice, it's all cop shows that depict gore, violence, Lifetime. Everything on Lifetime depicts a step family. There's no normal families where a wife and husband are together. And, you know, the Illuminati-sponsored media, they've separated sex from love and marriage, and they're teaching young women to seek sex and careers. And the CIA is known for promoting feminism and homosexuality. And, you know, Clyde, the root cause of all this is the Rothschild Central Bankers. That's what the Illuminati is. Why hasn't one person tonight mentioned the Rothschilds, Clyde? They own our money. They print our money. They have a 57% share in our Federal Reserve. And because of that, they can buy off anybody they want. And that, you know, Clyde, I'm a little bit...
I'm trying to get parents to tune out from these mainstream media pop stars. You know, the Rothschilds is a couple steps down the line. And right now we're trying to identify and show what it is that these demonic dirtbags are doing. You make some great points about that. Is one of their major goals. I mean, we have somebody like Eminem with his new song called Berserk, and he's got a new song with Rihanna called Monsters, and it's just about how monstrous he is, and just promoting, literally just announcing and commanding to his mentally enslaved audience to go berserk. I'm a monster. In the very new video, which I think just dropped today for his Pile of Garbage Monsters video, just shows him watching television and just violence, sex, and all of the words literally are popping up on the TV as it's going on. So Scott makes some great points. I mean, I really can't disagree much with him, but I mean, we can only cover so much.
Can I bring up something else, Mark? Can I bring up one more thing? You know, all of our politicians, Mark, as you know, they're all involved in drug trafficking, white slavery, prostitution, pornography, kiddie porn, and that's why they're in government positions, because they're easily blackmailable, and that's why nothing has changed. This new budget is a joke. It's just more debt being put on us by the Federal Reserve. We keep borrowing money, and we keep borrowing money, and it's a big scheme. You know, Clyde, I want you to talk more about the Rothschilds, Clyde. This is the root evil cause of America, these central bankers.
Look, Scott, I got to tell you something. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the House of Rothschild, all of these things are basic, well-known, and there are things that if we go into detail for them, for people, they'll look at it and they'll say, well, this is old school. We know this, Scott. And
then why aren't we focusing on the people who have the power over our money instead of little minions like Beyonce?
Scott, it's not just the Rothschilds, okay? There's a number of things that look, if you were to go up to somebody and say to them, Rothschilds or Beyonce Knowles, who do you think they'll know more about because of the fact it's an immediate gratification thing?
But they're using Beyonce. They're using Beyonce to distract the youth from the real powers that be.
What I can say is, if you want to go Conspiracy 101, we can talk about the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the House of Rothschild. We can talk about deep into the heart of what the Illuminati is. We can talk about how it's shared. We can talk about how they're...
You know what, Clyde? Why don't we talk about the Illuminati Jews in Hollywood that are filthy? I'm not anti-Semitic, but why don't we talk about the Zionist Jews that are embedded in Hollywood? Why don't we touch that little subject, Clyde? Are you a Zionist hack? Are you a Zionist hack, Clyde? Is that what you are?
A Zionist hack?
Yeah, come on. Why don't we talk about the Illuminati Jews for a moment here?
Because I'm not an anti-Semitic hack.
I'm not an anti-Semite. There you go. You just proved your controlled opposition, Clyde. Your controlled opposition. You just proved it, buddy. You just proved it. They use anti-Semitism as a shield to protect anybody that brings up the Zionist Jews. We know the Rothschilds financed Hitler, they financed communism, and they're the sole evil behind this power.
Comes on my show and tries to take it over. Shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. I let you come on my program and then you want to go to town on Jews? Well, look, it's a given that there are Jews in Hollywood. It's a given that there are other controllers in Hollywood as well. Okay? We don't have to sit here and pretend like we're all going to pretend like we're going to be nice and make up one way of getting beyond the call screener to get on and spew your anti-Semitic nonsense on my program. I'm not a Zionist hack because I don't talk about the Zionists. I have talked about the Zionists before. It's not something that you carry a 5-hour show with. Unless, of course, you want to rant about it for 5 hours. Next time, let me know what you really want to talk about. And, yeah, I'll set aside time to talk about the Zionist Jews and the Jewish banking conspiracy that controls everything, including your sorry life. We'll be back with more. Keep it here on Ground Zero.